Hey there, Nocturnes! Welcome back to English Me dito sa Nocturnal Sage, a guide for those left in the dark. Ako nga pala ulit si Kuya N, ang inyong class president. Noong nakarang meeting with Sir Jeremy, diniscuss niya yung tungkol sa... Ito nga yung diniscuss mo. Diniscuss niya yung tungkol sa speech, context, and style. So yung context, yan yung kung ilan kayong nag-uusap. Tapos yung style, kung paano mo sinasabi. Kung pa-sweet ba, yung intimate, casual, formal, o iba pa. Tapos meron pa diba yung kakaiba, yung frozen. Yung frozen, yan yung hindi mo pwedeng baguhin yung mga salita. Kuwari, alumni pledge. Hindi pala alumni pledge. Tapos yung, basta kung ano yung prayer ng school nyo, kung may special prayer yan. Hindi dapat binabago yon. At bukod doon, may mga social scripts din tinatawag. Yung mga alam, kahit hindi siya nakasulat, kahit hindi siya formal na sinasabing dapat ganito mong sabihin yon, natural na sa ating mga tao na sabihin yung mga ganun exactly the way it is. Kuwari, condolences, happy birthday. Meron bang ibang paraan para batiin ng isang tao sa kanyang kaarawan bukod sa happy birthday? Sige nga, mag-comment nga kayo sa baba kung ano pa kayo mga ibang pwedeng paraan para batiin ng isa bukod sa pagsabi ng happy birthday. So yun yung mga halimbawa ng mga speech context and style. So ngayong gabi naman, pagtutuunan natin ng pansin yung isa pang level ng speech situation at yun ang speech act. So, yung pakilos naman tayo. So, ano nga ba yung speech act? So, samahan nyo na ako sa ating klase ngayon para maintindihan natin. Oh, English me. Oh, English me. Gusto kong matuto ng Ingles pero hindi alam kung paano. Good evening, class. For tonight, we will talk about speech acts. Now, speech acts are the certain actions, levels of actions that make up a speech. This is theoretical, but the application is very practical. So I think this theory lesson will not be as painful as the previous ones. You may want to check them out if you haven't yet. So for the first speech act, we have what we call locution. Locution is simply the literal meaning of what is said. Let's have I'm sorry as an example. Now, I'm sorry in the literal sense of the sentence expresses sadness, which leads us to the next speech act. So after saying something, we have the why. And that is what we call illocution. So when we say illocution, we refer to the purpose for saying something. So going back to I'm sorry could mean the person is trying to get or obtain forgiveness. I'm sorry can also mean to express sympathy. Let's say a friend tells you that, for example only, I'm not wishing that it happened to anyone, but if a friend confides in you and tells you that he or she lost his or her job during the pandemic, and then you say something like, I'm sorry to hear that, then you're expressing sympathy. That's your intention, your illocution. Now, the last one is the results. Perlocution. When we say perlocution, it's what you want your listeners to do as a result of what you have said. Returning to I'm sorry, if your purpose is to express an apology, then you want as your perlocution listeners forgiving you or accepting it at the very least. Now, if you're saying I'm sorry because you want to express sympathy, then what you want your audience to do is to appear consoled, appear uplifted, or be happy as a result of your saying I'm sorry. So there you have it, the three speech acts: locution, illocution, and perlocution. Knowing these things will help us align what we say, what we want to do, with the results that we expect. And this can help us be successful in all our communications. We can say for sure if we are successful if we have achieved our desired goals. Continue surviving in the dark for the next episode, this time on communicative strategies. Oh, English me, oh, English me. alam kung paano. Sino ang magtuturo? Gusto kong matuto na talaga. Oh, English me. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pepper. 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 Peter Piper picked a peck. Kung nagustuhan ninyo ang episode na ito, pakilike. Kung nagustuhan ninyo ang episode na ito, pakilike lang dyan sa baba. Tapos kung may questions kayo or suggestions kung paano mapaganda lalo yung delivery ng lessons, mag-comment na lang din kayo sa baba. Tapos ano pa ba? I-share nyo naman ang video na to. Mas maganda nga yung buong playlist sa mga kakilala ninyo nagtitake ng oral com sa panahon ngayon. Alam nyo naman, kanya-kanya ng diskarte sa paghahanap na reliable reference materials at kasama na dyan ang Nocturnal sa reliable kung naniniwala kayo reliable ito. At saka kung gusto nyo ng safe space kung saan makakapag-share kayo ng mga saloobin tungkol sa mga topics na gusto nyo, yung mga topics na hindi nyo basta-basta nauungkat sa pangkaraniwang usapan with family and friends kasi kinakabahan kayong mahusgahan, mag-join na lang kayo ng Nocturnal Space. Yung link nasa baba, baka doon makatagpo kayo ng mga kagaya nyo mag-isip. At higit sa lahat, mag-subscribe at itap nyo yung notification bell sa baba para hindi kayo mahuli sa anumang updates namin. New episodes every Tuesday at 8 PM. Salamat sa panonood. Ako muli si Kuya N. Kita-kits sa susunod na episode ng English Me dito sa Nocturnal Sage, a guide for those left in the dark.